Hi, welcome. Okay, so this is so weird to stream once again since I took like a month worth of break just because, work and stuff. But hello, welcome everyone. Okay. I hope everything is working because, yeah, my internet connection once again seems to be lower accurate and just generally very slow. My pictures are still uploading because I made like a few. So we're just gonna, ignore that part and see the ones that I can already show. But yeah, welcome. Also, let me know if the internet is working well or you can see me well. Just so I can be sure that, I can start the whole story time and things like that. Also, welcome Mimi and Baguette. Hello, hello. Nice, thank you. Okay. So, I'll take a moment to share my screen and just, go off of it. Okay. I didn't have time to, select the actually good pictures. So if you see some really bad pictures, that's because of it. I'm not a photographer, I'm an artist, which kind of, So if you see any bad pictures, it's just ignore it, please. Okay. So, so for those of you who are not familiar with the TwitchCon event, oh my goodness, let's just replace the chat right here. Okay. So you can actually see my face. So for those of you who don't know, TwitchCon is a 2-day event which happened the last weekend. So it was from June 29th till June 30th. But we started our travels with my friend on June 27th because we went there by train, and the train ride took us about 17 hours, which sounds is a lot, but didn't feel that bad. So I guess it was okay. And yeah, the whole train ride itself was a journey. And it was actually very fun. If you ask me, I would actually go by train next time as well, which, yeah, sounds like a nightmare, is a nightmare, but didn't feel like a nightmare. So, yeah. So yeah, we took some pictures. Yeah, I'm not the best with taking photographs, but yeah, so we went from Hungary to Austria, from Austria to Germany, and from Germany to the Netherlands. So we took quite a long ride, and we've seen some beautiful sceneries, but the thing was, every time we've seen something that was pretty, by the time we took out our phone to photograph it, we were met by this walls and just bushes everywhere, so we couldn't really take any good looking pictures. So yeah, please excuse the mess. And this picture was taken in the München Hauptbahnhof, as you can see in the corner. And I made this photograph because of the pride flag in the back, and just to show that it's a huge place. Yeah, so it was around midnight when we got to München, and there's a whole ass shop. Look at this. Okay, and a coffee place as well. Okay. Some pictures maybe upload it twice. I don't know why. So if we're gonna skip that. So yeah, there was a whole ass shop. And it looks so cool, by the way. Hi, Fo! Welcome! So yeah, let me continue with that. So yeah, the train itself went super good. Yeah, I made some horrible pictures, but you know, the scenery was super nice. This picture was also taken in Germany. It was in, I'm gonna butcher this name, Köln, if that's the right way to pronounce it. And at this point in time, we were in Utrecht, which is in the Netherlands. So yeah, I didn't take as many pictures during the ride just because, you know, we were really unlucky with taking pictures. But yeah, this train station, holy moly, like, it looks like an airport. And it's low-key even better than our local, like, you know, airports. So yeah, it was very good. Also, the layout of the train station in the Netherlands is super great. They are designed very well, so if you're going to the Netherlands by train, I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. So it's kind of like the trains are in the lower levels, which I don't know how they did this, but there's 2 levels that are, you know, I don't know how to phrase myself, but the trains are kind of like in a lower level, but still, you know, not underground. And there's an upper level which is still not underground or not in the first floor. I don't know how they did that layout, but it's super good. It's really understandable. And this was a picture taken on the train. I thought this duck was super cute, so I took a picture. Yeah, and at this point in time we arrived to Rotterdam Central, and yeah, so I made some good, some bad, but some pictures. Okay, and I don't know how much picture do I actually have uploaded, but the city is so beautiful. Sadly, we didn't have much time to look around in the city, aside from just like taking buses and taxis to, you know, get around, and also traveling by the metro. But I will sure be back to, you know, actually like get to know the city, because this to me looks fantastic. I think the city is so pretty. But yeah, it was amazing. Thank you so much for the follow, Sango. Welcome. Okay. I also made some videos, but I'm not sure if I can, you know, showcase them, because, you know, I just freshly uploaded these, so the quality might be a bit low. But this is on our way to Rotterdam Ahoy, which is where the event was taking place. So I just made a quick picture. And the whole city is so green. From what I've seen, there's a lot of greenery, and it just, I don't know, it feels so good to be in the city. And this was going to be our stop, which is the event place. And the first picture we've taken inside is my empty table space. As you can see, it's huge. It's like a 3 meter by 3 meter space, and I honestly had no idea how to design it, but I will have some pictures about my table where you can see actually what I did with this space. And I'm not sure how much I can show, It's just because I don't want to like you know, violate anything by showing behind the scenes pictures. So I'm just gonna show some of those that I feel like are the same as it was on the day off. And this sign was right in front of the artist alley, and I thought it was just very, very fitting. Okay. Also, this was also right next to the artist alley, but it was more so for the exhibitors there who were there at dawn of, and there was a lot of like fast food tables or stands, I want to say. There were many interesting ones. This one was a favorite. These are so cute. The cat cutouts, I love them. So yeah, I hope also the pictures look okay on stream, because I'm just not sure. Hoping they look okay. And this was the loot cave where I spent quite the chunk of money. I actually just bought a hoodie. I didn't take a picture that I could upload here, so I'm just gonna share that over on Instagram. But this looked hella cool, like, yeah. And this was right above the loot cave, and I thought it was just really fun. All of these big signs, like, you could see them everywhere, and I thought that they looked really good. So, you know, just giving out a vibe. And this, oh my goodness. So in the hall there was this giant duck thing. I wish I made a better picture, but I was just caught so off guard when this was, you know, in our sight for the first time. And yeah, this is the best picture I have of it. And okay, yeah, there were a lot of signage in front of the venue, and you could also buy official merchandise out there, if I remember correctly. And also this kind of says so I'm guessing they probably had merchandise out there as well. But as you can see, there was a lot of things put out, so it looked really good. And also you could see that the event is happening there from far away, which was quite helpful for us tourists. Okay, there was a shop, by the way, next to the event, so whenever we needed something, it was good to know that there's like a 5-minute walk and we could get basically anything. And this was the metro station, just a little picture of that. Okay. Okay, so we actually had our accommodation at the airport, so we were quite far from the event itself, but it wasn't too bad, you know. We also met some other exhibitors who went to the artist alley, who stayed at the same exact hotel, so I guess it was okay. And on Sunday we actually went there together, so it was, you know, it turned out pretty good. But going back to Sunday morning, this was on Saturday morning. Okay, I cannot talk. I forgot how to English. We went by bus, and I also took some pictures, because you can see this whole city is so beautiful. Like, I wish I could have stayed a few more days just to see for myself. Yeah. Keep in mind, I'm not a photographer, but do think these pictures look okay. So I'm kind of proud of myself. Yes, the huge dog was so cute. Sorry I cannot see the chat right when it's, you know, when you guys write, but I will check on it eventually. So yeah, I think the city's great. Like when I told my parents that I'm coming to Rotterdam, and they were like, oh, so you will travel to Amsterdam to see it, right? And I was like, no, I'm gonna see the city for myself if I can. And if I'm staying in this city, why would I travel to another one? And this probably also is interesting. And it turned out to be very, very pretty, in my opinion. And I don't know if you can see, but I just saw a guy taking a walk with their dog, and I thought that was so cute. I probably took a closer picture, which was even worse. But you know, I'm taking what I'm getting. And this is just some general scenery pictures. There was this giant thing in the background. I don't know, it looked pretty colorful and just so out of place. So I took a picture of it. And yeah, so I'm not even like exactly sure about the city's layout, if it was like more of an outer part or the main part of the city. But I've seen so much greenery, as I've said that, and so many like, you know, trees everywhere, and I thought that was so cool. Just random photos of buildings and stuff like that. And before opening on Saturday, we actually went to the shop that I photographed before, and I made some pictures about the shop itself. It's just a really general shop, just like, you know, photographing some prices for, you know, I don't know, for reference points. They had watermelons like sliced up like this. It was so funny to see. Yeah, and also these cheese dippers. We didn't try these, but we tried quite a few, like, you know, interesting stuff. So I guess that was good. So these are apple pies. They have like 2 pieces in one pack, and it was €1 per piece, if I remember correctly, or something ridiculously cheap. And these were so good. I actually bought 2 of these packets for my family, and they loved it, and it was really good. But also they had raisins in it, which is just, I don't know, feels so off. I would never put raisins in an apple pie or any apple baked good. So that felt out of the place for me, but it was really good. So also they had like really small butters. I don't know, that was also so random. So I photographed it. Many sweets and stuff. I don't know. And beer, lots of it. And bolognese chips. I have no idea. This was so random. I feel so bad we didn't try these, because it was just like, I don't know, I would have never guessed that there was a bolognese chip out there. Like, I don't know. But I'm trying this next time I'm in the Netherlands, because I'm actually intrigued how it tastes like. And yeah, I have no comment on this. I just had to take a picture. Yeah, so at this point we're in the event, so let me go there and see what pictures I can show. And it was actually like such a big so this venue was huge. So the pictures I've taken are taken in 2 halls, and they had like 4 halls and a main entrance area and lots of like different places. So what I can show is very limited, just because, you know, I was at my artist alley table like all day, so it's not like a full review how the event looked like, but you know, this is what I saw, so that's what I can show. I only like to eat raisins by their own. Yeah, I would guess. Yeah, I actually like, from what I know, my dad dislikes raisins, like, you know, just hate them. But when he tried it, he said that it felt like it wasn't even in the apple pie. And my friend also said that, also hates raisins. I personally just try to not eat them and pick them out. But people said that it doesn't really feel like raisins. It feels like literal pieces of apple. So I guess it was good. The Mamma Mia chip was cheese and paprika flavor. Which was also just like so random. Okay, so the McDonald's had like a stand. I have no idea if they sold any kind of thing, but it was just like a promotional booth. But this is the picture I've taken of it. And so many like exhibitor places. So yeah, also something that there were a ton of people, and obviously the reason why you cannot see anyone is because it was before opening hours. And it's kind of weird, I don't know how to explain myself, but even though there were a lot of visitors, it didn't feel like too many because the crowd control was just so good. Like, I never felt like I'm gonna pass out because there's so much people, because, you know, as I said, the venue is so big, the people there kind of spread out, and it never felt like it was way too many people. You could definitely tell that there was a lot of people, but even if you have like anxiety issues in crowds, I would feel like it wasn't that bad for people who might struggle with that. Obviously it might differ from, you know, places inside the venue, but from what I've seen, it wasn't that bad. The crowd control was just really good. And as you can see, the halls and just places were separated really good, and like I feel like it was just really cozy. And as you can see, the lighting, it was quite dark in there, because from what I know, they try to keep like this cozy gamer room vibe inside the whole venue, and I think it worked perfectly. Like, whenever the day was over, we were like, okay, it's probably way too dark outside, because it was dark inside. And then we went out and it was just the sun rising and stuff. It was, I don't know, it felt so surreal, but it was so good actually. And there was a lot of signage everywhere. So the artist alley was right next to the Glitch Theater, and I was actually like right into the exit point for the Glitch Theater. So a lot of people came by who was on that program. Yeah. So these were like the stuff happening around the artist alley. So these were the things that I've actually like seen from up close. And this was a map which I cannot zoom into pretty well, but as you can see, this is like a huge place, and it had like multiple levels. So yeah, it was really busy the whole weekend. Mimi, you said the thing that no one dared to say. Yeah, so it was actually like super good, and the organization did a good job with like placing stuff. And yeah, I also feel like even though the artist alley was like wasn't in the center. We had a really good traffic. I'm usually not so talkative about my numbers, and I won't, share anything of that today. But I must say, I was surprised with the turnout and income, if I can be this bold. Yeah, this was just I don't know. They had a farming simulator stand. Yeah, I thought that was quite funny. And a lot of these things. And oh my god, look at this. This was a ramen place. You could eat inside this. This was so cool. Wait, let me go back. So, I guess you could take a photo here, but you could actually eat inside. Look at this. It was pretty cool, if I say so myself. One more picture of the cat stand, because it was just too good. Like these cats, so cute. Yeah. And this was a gamer subs stand, and they gave out like free samples of their drinks. I've actually tried it and it was pretty good. I'm not sure which flavor I tried though, so yeah. Okay, and as you can see, it was pretty dark in there, a lot of LED lights. But once again, it felt really cozy, and yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. And okay, let me... What was that? Okay. There was this thing where you could try some driver games. I don't know how to describe it, but there was a lot of different PCs and stuff you could try out, like gaming tech things, and this was one of it. And I just took a picture, and there were a lot of PCs out there that you could just sit down and try to game. And yeah, it was pretty nice. And this was right next to the artist alley. So here we have some pictures of my booth, finally. So this was the design for day 1. Spoiler alert, we changed a few things by day 2. And original idea wasn't this. I actually ordered some table runners and just the fabric for the back, but I didn't got it in time. So we ended up with this. I don't know, it feels a bit like, empty, because this wasn't the original design for the back, but it looked okay for the first time. This was my first time having such a big space for myself, and also it was like a walk-in design, so I still have, a bunch of things to learn from this layout, but overall I think it was okay, and people seem to really like the fact that a lot of things was self-service, and I also liked it because less work for me. And one thing that's kind of surprised me, that I didn't notice people stealing. Like, I thought that having self-service things would end up in a lot of theft. So far I haven't counted like my inventory and compared to my income and sketched out things that what I sold, so I'm not sure if we had anything like stolen, but from what I remember, I don't recall anyone taking anything, which is good. I was surprised about that. Okay. And yeah, one thing. So the whole event was quite dark, as I've said, but we had 3 lights for each booth space, so we could really light it up and make our products visible. So that was good. Some pictures to have a bit better, you know, visibility. Yeah. And to be honest, I like this wall so much. I want to display my charms like this from here on out. It was so good, and people really like this display style. They could easily just you know, see what they like, pick it up, and then, you know, pay right away. So they didn't like have to ask for the specific charms if they didn't want to. Although some of my charms, like the Genshin and Honkai Star Rail ones, since they are double-sided, I decided to just display them like this. They kind of were lost, and as you can see, I have a lot of designs, so at least I learned some things by this. This is probably not the best way to display them. And also just I need to lower the design amount that I have, because, you know, it's just too much, and it was actually like this layout that worked perfectly, so I need to make it available for me for next time. And some of these tote bags were displayed like this, and fun fact, just to share something, my Iron Mouse tote bags and Iron Mouse stuff sold like hotcakes. They were gone by 2 hours into the event, so they were really popular, which I didn't expect, to be honest. Like, I thought that the Twitch streamer VTuber stuff are going to be, you know, the main thing from my table that will be sold the best, but I didn't expect to sell out of these tote bags so soon, and the charms were gone so soon, so that was really good. Okay, I also printed some of these guys to just kind of give myself a, you know, chance to promote my Twitch. If I'm at TwitchCon, you know, I gotta promote it, and it kind of worked. Okay, so let me change the settings. Okay, I wanna see how much my phone uploaded in the last few minutes since I've started talking. So you won't see like any bad pictures. Okay. So I don't think I will show any more like pictures that aren't related to TwitchCon, just because there's a lot of like random photos. But something I wanted to talk about is meeting people that I actually like enjoy their work of. And on Saturday, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bao, but she's a VTuber, and a really big one, by the way. Like, she has 500,000 followers on Twitter and Twitch, and as one does, she was right there, and to be honest, I expected her to be there on online. So she had a panel. So she had a panel, and I expected that to be online. So I didn't expect to meet her in person, but she was just going around the event, was live for 1 hour, and she stopped by my table, saw that I had merch of her, and she surprised me by saying hi to me, and, you know, revealing that she's her. And I was so awkward. Like, let me show some pictures, because I actually screenshotted her stream, and okay. Let me just find a good picture. Let's go back. Okay, so I took just a few screenshots. I guess face reveal. For those of you who didn't know, I'm like this. So she was the girl with the bow in her hair, and I was the girly in front of her. So she just came by, asked who was my favorite VTuber. Keep in mind, I didn't know who it was. I thought it was just a random streamer who might have also been into VTubers. So when she asked, I also saw that someone was like, recording her, but it wasn't a rare sight. A lot of people were streaming at TwitchCon, so I didn't really think anything of it. So she asked who was my favorite VTuber. I said Amelie, because, one thing, I only drew VTubers who I love, so the answer was always gonna be someone who was alongside my VTuber merch. Second, I usually say random names, because the ones I draw are my favorites, so it was just going to be Amelie for an answer randomly, even though I love Amelie so much. So yeah, she asked that, I answered, and she actually asked what do I think about the VTuber next to her. But the thing is, I didn't know who was next to my Amelie pin, and it was Bao. She took off the pin, showed it to me, and for a hot second, I thought something bad happened, so I just said, she's very lovely. I was like, she's very lovely, and she said, oh, thank you, that's actually me. And I was like, excuse me? I was so surprised, and she was streaming the whole time, and 3,000 people watched my jaw drop to the floor, and yeah, it was so crazy. She was so lovely. She thanked me for drawing her and making, I don't know how she phrased it, because I was I was in this shock mode. I also said to her, I'm so sorry, I'm starstruck right now. I don't know what to do. So she was really nice about it and thanked me for making such a beautiful piece of fan art of her, and I was so happy, and I didn't even have time to process it all, but all I knew is that I had to give something to her. So I saw on my display that I had one last Bao keychain and one last Shy Lily keychain, and Bao and Shy Lily being friends, I thought that I should give both of her, so even if I don't end up meeting with Shy Lily, she can have a keychain of her, because I think it's the bare minimum you can do when you draw fan art of someone, is that you give out free samples for that people. So I was like, please take this. I didn't even have the mental capacity to say that I love her stuff. So she ended up thanking me and then went away. So that was really, really nice of her. And if you know me, you know that I have issues with being confident in myself. So on Saturday night when we arrived at our hotel, I checked the stream back, and it felt so good that she had a community who didn't feel the need to say bad things about me just because of my looks. And everyone in the comments were so supportive and so nice. They said the whole thing was so wholesome. I did some screenshots over there, and that's honestly super cute, and said cute things about my merch stuff, because she kind of showed it around for the people, but also not showcasing it, but just you could see the booth itself. So that was so cute, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to meet her. And she also said my name during the stream, showcased my booth and stuff. So there were actually a few people who came by because of this stream, and they said that they saw that I have merch of her. So they decided to come by to purchase a few things. And then I don't have any pictures because I was so shy to ask for pictures. But on Sunday, Shy Lily actually came by and purchased the button of the art that I have of her, and that was super nice of her. I was like, no. Once I realized that it was her, because she was cosplaying herself, I saw the name tag that she had, because our badges, all of us had our username on the badges. So once I realized that, I told her that there's no need to pay, but she ended up actually paying for the button, and that was so nice of her, because she could have been easily like, no, I'll accept this as a gift, but she was like, no, supportive of the artist, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, so and I also asked if she got the keychain that I gave to Bao, and she was surprised that it was me, being the same person from yesterday. So she ended up getting that too, and she said she was really grateful for the gift. So it was, yeah. I could have never guessed that I will meet two of the people that I have in my merch catalog, basically. Sorry, my English is falling apart, but that happened when meeting with them too. I was really starstruck both times, so I didn't ask for any, signatures or pictures with them, but I will do next time, because it was just so surreal to meet both of them in one weekend. They were super nice, and I had just a great time. Oh yeah, she really was like so welcoming, and like I truly felt like that she was, appreciative of someone taking the time to draw her VTuber. So that felt so good, and I actually felt like it was, I don't know how to phrase myself, but it kind of felt like she felt appreciated to be drawn and actually sold as a merch. Meanwhile, I was just like, I hope it doesn't bother her, because she's well known and stuff, but she was just so down to earth, is what I'm trying to say. Both Bao and both Shy Lily, both of them were great, and I was like so grateful that I had the opportunity to meet with them, and also the fact that it wasn't during a meet and greet. We just met randomly because they were there. So that also adds another level to this whole thing. So yeah. So overall, I had just a great time during TwitchCon. There's a lot of other stories I could tell, but honestly, I think these were like the highlights of the weekend. And let me just go check, because I posted a story. If people had questions about the whole experience, let me know. And I got some questions. Also, same goes for this stream. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will do my best to answer them. Okay. Okay, I see, Mimi, your question. I actually didn't end up going sightseeing just because of the limited time we had there. Because, Rotterdam is a really expensive city to visit. It's so expensive. But, TwitchCon is happening in the Netherlands for the next 2 years as well. So I'm hoping I will have the opportunity to walk around the city in the next few years, whichever TwitchCon accepts me next time as well. Okay. Hi Johnny, welcome. And a friend of mine asked if okay, how did you find engaging with customers at TwitchCon different from the ones at MondoCon? I felt like TwitchCon had, I don't know how to explain this, but the whole TwitchCon event felt like a love project and not like a business thing. And we discussed this with some customers and people who came by, and everyone felt the same. So it just felt like a community meetup, to be honest, rather than a convention that was made with business purposes, if this makes any sense. So the difference in interacting with TwitchCon attendees to MondoCon attendees is that I felt like we already felt like the same community of people, whereas MondoCon or any other convention that I've been to felt like just, you know, a random event that people end up meeting because of the surroundings and not because of the whole main thing. If this makes any sense. I probably didn't do the best with explaining all of that. Hi, welcome everyone. No, Kinga, it's okay. We are having some questions about the TwitchCon and the whole experience. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. I just finished with my story time, but I can, you know, go back and talk about it a bit more. What were your expectations for TwitchCon? Would you go again? So I had really mixed expectations just because it's such a different event from anything that I've been to. I've mostly been to anime and Comic-Con related events, so I didn't have any expectations to it to be similar to those, but at the same time I couldn't really imagine what it was going to be like. I just knew that it would feel different, but I didn't know it would be this different. I would say the community probably overlaps, because I've seen a lot of people wearing anime merch and, you know, just general geeky related things with themselves. So I don't know, I didn't really have any expectations. I just knew it would be different from my past experiences. And would I go again? Absolutely yes. It was a fantastic experience. I enjoyed it a lot. I actually met quite a lot of Hungarian people there, which I did not expect. And everyone was so nice, because I made a printout of the languages I speak and put the Hungarian flag in there. So all of the Hungarian people who came by and saw that sign just came in to say hi to me, chat a bit, and it felt really good to know that, you know, I'm not the only Hungarian here. And yeah, it was just a really good experience. And I'm excited to see how it would be next year as well. How was your meeting to Lily and Bao? They were absolutely the cutest. So I actually, just before you arrived, I just talked about this. So you're free to listen back once the live is over. But just once again, they were really nice and very down-to-earth people. And, you know, just I genuinely had like a really good time talking to them, even though it wasn't, you know, a long conversation. I was way too shy to ask for pictures with them, or even just, you know, getting something signed by them. But next year I'm gonna get my signatures and pictures with them for sure. Okay, So I think that was every question that I've gotten. I also got asked if you need an invitation to be able to sell my products there, and it's a different process as to applying to, how do I put this? So the basic idea of you applying to this con is really similar to any other conventions. However, it has different expectations of you before they accept you as a seller. So if you guys are interested in selling at TwitchCon, I would advise you to keep an eye on their socials, and they will let you know the exact details you will need to know before applying to sell there. Did you met any other VTubers or YouTubers you know them? I actually met quite a few streamers there. A lot of people were streaming, and everyone on their badge had like a little segment where they said if they are a streamer or not, or just community members. And yeah, that was kind of the main thing that I could, decide if someone was a streamer or just a community member. There were a lot of people streaming during the whole event, so that was also a giveaway. But the people I actually knew, and I know they are VTuber and stuff, was Lily and Bao, of course, and just a few other mutuals. But those are people who I actually keep in touch with. Other than Shiley and Bao, I don't think I met anyone who I, actually follow online, but they don't know me the same way I know them. So, yeah. Okay, I think we are actually done with this question. So yeah, I will take my leave now. I have quite a few things to do this week, work-related stuff, but I will be back streaming hopefully soon. I just really wanted to make this stream to kind of talk about my experience and just, having this kind of like talk with everyone here to make sure people remember my good experience at TwitchCon this year, because it was actually so good. And if you guys have the opportunity to visit TwitchCon in the future, I highly advise you to do so, because it was so good. And also something that I forgot to mention, I knew TwitchCon is going to be a really international event, even if it's just a European event, because TwitchCon is happening at North America and in Europe, and it's always a different location, or most of the time it's different location. So I expected mostly to visit, so I expected the visitors to be European mostly, but I also met American visitors who weren't even guests or invited people, just random visitors. I've seen American visitors, Turkish visitors, Irish visitors, and Hungarians as well. As I've said, there were a lot of Hungarians. I was kind of surprised, and a whole lot more. And I also heard someone with an Australian accent, and I think they might be Australian, probably. So it was very international, and just something that adds to the whole experience. So yeah. Yeah, I really do advise people to go there, because it was just such a good experience. And if you can do that, Kinga, in the next coming years, please do so. Same goes for everyone. So yeah. Okay. Okay, I talked way too much. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm really happy that I got to share my experience at this event with you all and share some pictures. And I hope you guys liked my little story time. I probably had a really bad bad time explaining everything just because my thoughts are still just, I'm still in the clouds and I'm still in this, what is it called? Like, I'm in the pink phase and I'm romanticizing everything, and I'm also just like super into everything, and I don't know how to express how good this was. It was just such a good thing. And TwitchCon, as I've said, is happening in the Netherlands again for the next 2 years. So if you guys want to see the Netherlands, please, this should be the time, because this event is so good and the Netherlands is so pretty. I love it. So 2 birds with 1 stone, as they say. I would want to go, but not alone. I mean, guys, if you're into it, we could travel together next year. I would love that. Okay. Okay. I will take my leave now. Thank you once again, and see you all in my next stream, which is, I don't know when's that happening, but it's gonna happen sometime soon. Okay. Bye, everyone.